In this life, me trial were many. Some of the time them me know say I be a foreigner there, you know. So no go say we people do, no go sing it like how me sing it. Here in a feet. Yeah, I be a foreign people there. Me I bring Jamaica from my jersey, so me I sing in the Jamaica way. And sometime me foot them get weary. Oh, and it feel like I would stumble. I know them are gonna see so. Me know them are gonna say fall. But sometimes when my problem come in a fall, you know me know. And it feel like I would stumble and drop a grow. Me know myself. But the jail too long and leave me. I wish some people that just feel the presence of God tonight. Some people just shout out and walk up your mouth and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. But the jail too long and leave me. Put up your hand and say, leave me, Jesus. It's the hand that lead me steady. You see, I want it for some millions. Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Put up on hand tonight and say, Jesus, give me grace that I would make it off the road. Can you walk me about and sing? And after just we are man. Just we are man. 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 Holy Ghost, I love you, Jesus. Big one. In this life, me try and make any holy. Some of the time, me Watch it. Jesus Christ is in the air. You love him tonight, the mighty man of God. Somebody big up Jesus.
Wave your hand. Big up Jesus and wave your hand. Too many miles behind me. Talk to me tonight. Too many trials are true. I said too many tales tell me to remember. Come on, man, wave your hand, wave your hand. There is too much. Together. I want to sing it again. To Lord. Too many miles behind me. No matter what you go through. Too many trials are true. I said too many tears help me to remember. But there is too much to give to Lord. Do so. Said a cross down. Sometimes I struggle. The right.
Well, I know the voice isn't there, eh?
Oh, you do. But somewhere.
Yeah, I'm actually fighting to do the program tonight because, as you all can hear, the voice has not returned, but I'm still here.
Is one word I don't.
Another one of those nights you all will have to do the majority of the talking. It's coming back bit by bit, but it's not back yet. But I could not cancel tonight's program. No, I can't do that.
I say too many rivers my feet I walk through. I say too. We have done.
Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook. Hope that you all are having a wonderful night tonight.
Can I testify? Said across the hard burning desert. Sometimes. Say your struggle.
So unless you all calling, this one will be a short one tonight. It will not be a 2-hour program unless if you all call in, we'll keep it at 2. But you all can't expect to hear me song like that and go for a full 2 hours, yeah?
And defeat is what. Come on, we have the one. I don't know. What man look for your name now? He laid his hands on me. He laid his hands on me. Christ laid his hands on me. What man to see Jesus went and died on the cross? To see Jesus went and died. He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. Sign up in them. We have done. Jesus to stand me well. You stand me well. Sign up in them. How you do? Jesus to stand me well. Sign up in them. Emancipation Park. How you look for your name now? I have been to the storm. But it seemed like
So as I said, we are on.
tonight for your night of confusion.
But tonight you all are going to have to help me with the program. You're going to have to do the majority of the talking, huh? Because obviously it's talking points and I can't talk.
Everybody, for this talk got you gypsy. Everybody do so, everybody, for your night almost over. Tell me something, he can ride.
I really don't like Septembers.
Everybody,
I'm sorry. Blessings to everybody born in the month. It's not my favorite.
God is there with you. Singing you may not feel it. Singing you're not alone. I say you're hurting now.
So saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook. I'm not sure if Noise Radio is on. I know there was a technical issue on our end, so I'm not sure if Noise Radio has been able to contact us.
Stop. We beg you, Lord. Do so.
And this one is not the flu. I actually strained my vocal cords.
Singing right out here. Oh, God is there with you.
Yeah, this one is not just the flu and so on. I actually did some damage there.
Singing you're not
So I can speak for not for extremely long periods of time.
hurting now. For your morning is coming.
So the phone lines are open. You can call 14734407377. That's the number for you to call, but you've got to call us on the WhatsApp.
What kind of star?
A special good night to all our listeners out there in the US.
Yes, sir. Right, yes, sir. Everybody.
Whichever part of the US you are, North Carolina, Texas, and those of you in Florida, New York, Washington State, Maryland, wherever you are, special good night to you.
Do so.
And special good night to all our Canadian listeners.
Jesus. Singing right up.
Brother Ian, good night to you, bro. You know, there is a bond that cannot be broken, eh?
Oh, you know. You say you may not feel it. Tonight, me say you're not alone.
Hey, just to let you all know, the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters, she will be the guest tomorrow morning on GBN. You know, they like to wait until one of our MPs or representatives go there to try and, how did I put it, sampat them. They like to go there to try and disrespect them. They like to go there and try and twist them away from the conversation that they usually are having. So make sure that all of you who are on here tonight, make sure that you all not only go, but that you let others know. Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters will be the guest on GBN tomorrow. That's starting from 9 a.m., right? Also, folks, just to let you all know, the new National Party, they will be having that public meeting taking place in Chocolate City, out there in the Cocoa in Paradise. That's St. Andrew Northeast. That's taking place this Wednesday, the first day of October in the year 2025. So it will be taking place this Wednesday starting at 6:30. That's the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters and the new National Party team. They'll be having that meeting out there in Paradise Cocoa, and that's going to be taking place this Wednesday.
Your star. I said, oh, to Jesus.
Yes, indeed. So, so that is taking place. I want to thank all of you turned out to the new National Party end of, the end of month line. Nice, the after work line. So let's go to the phone line. Wait, now, which one of these things and them? Hey, well, you're moving so nice. We have a call online. Right ahead, caller, you're live.
Hey, good night, brother Sheldon. How are you doing?
Not good, but go ahead.
Yeah, good night. The boys getting some problem, but I'll take control of it.
It's not there.
Yeah.
I would have taken the week off, but I know people will start calling.
I know.
So I tried. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sheldon, you remember the Prime Minister of in the UN, and he gave a speech where he mentioned about the people of Haiti. Right? And you see, we are the people of Haiti, brothers and sisters. We have to reach out and help them. And shortly after, some Haitians they run for us and they end up in Grenada. What did the Prime Minister did? He sent them back. He sent them back to face the difficult times. The difficult times they are going through in Haiti. And that Prime Minister have been going in the UN talking about nice things. Ideas, and the ideas that he's speaking about are things that he's not doing in his country. He talk about infrastructure, he talk about the youth, right? He talk about many things that are in the UN with some goal. What he doing the opposite, right? So he come here a prime minister that when he doing things to impress people that when big people when they are around him. When you check what he doing. Everything that he mentioned talking about, he doing the opposite to it. So now he come like here a prime minister attack with ideas, he have vision, but none of the vision that he talking about, he doing the opposite to it. And I want to say again, brother Sheldon, Grenadians, you know what you had before. You had a government in 2022, from 2018 to 2022. In the COVID period, was this hinder the development of the country. But I remember in Barbados, Sheldon, I would have 5,000 people were sent home. At that same time, mother, father, and son sent home. But what did the government here did? They didn't send home nobody. The hotel, everything was a problem, but the government paid the people that paid, even pay the bosses and them to drop people to work. Right? And no one sent home. But right now, Brother Sheldon, when you look at what the government in the country have, like we have a disaster from 2022 during the election time and NC win. A disaster hit Grenada. A disaster that is wrecking family, where they want to destroy the family structure by bringing that bill that will lower the age for consent, giving the young people power over the parents. They will taking away the power from the parents and give it to the young people. But there comes a time if the young people we will make your own decision. But at the age of 12 and 16, and then the parents care. The parents had to the one had to grow up the children, the one had to mind them and give them want to educate themselves. So I say no to that bill that the government want to pass there. And as a Christian person, we have to stand. I can see how any church, any pastor could stand up and support that. When you preaching the word of God, but you know what the word of God said, right? And God created man and woman, creating woman for man and man for woman, not man for man. And we have to stand against the bill that government want to pass. So, Brother Sheldon, take control of the voice. Brother Sheldon, go force it. Have a blessed night.
Thank you very much, caller. Yes, indeed, folks. So, yeah, I've seen several people saying, boy, cut the program, but let's go. Once you all are willing to call, I have no problem staying here once you all are willing to call. But the caller just mentioned the United Nations, and let me tell you all something. I was paying particular attention to the Prime Minister's presentation at the United Nations. And outside of the duplication, let me just let you all see from my perspective. Last year, it was about last year, boy. It was about me. We just fail to understand, because when you go to the United Nations, you are not representing you, the individual, and I'll come back to that. Let me take this call. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Hi, good night.
No, watch a video going viral right now. What took place today by car shoot?
Go ahead, caller. I have a problem with my voice. Go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I see a video going viral right now with some police. Almost the woman handcuff a woman and one hand.
I think I know what you're speaking about. I've seen a story in relation to it. I've seen it. We have to stop this thing about just taking a video and running with it and it viral and police this or police that. Let us get the full story.
Okay.
Let us get the full story. But I don't want this because the same police who people come in and bash is the same police people have to call when something go wrong. So if we bash the police, we cuss the police, we say all kind of thing about the police, and then when we're ready, there is no police. And
of course.
And I'm not saying, hold on, and I'm not saying that if something wrong took place that we have to support it because it's police. We have to call it out for what it is. By seeing the same individuals constantly attacking the police for absolutely no reason and labeling all police officers through the action of what may be one or two officers, and we have to be careful with that. Just
so
not because it viral mean that it's right and it's truthful. So go ahead.
I want to know what are going viral so far, because come on, that's not been going viral. So Tom Dick Harry say I have to go and see what goes, talk to the police and see what going on. They pick up their phone and they start videoing. So Grenada people I have to do better than that.
Unless I was there and I see something these days, I just be very skeptical of how people spin particular things.
Yes, of course.
If I see
it can
the
be,
full
it
thing,
can be doing that.
if I see the full thing in context, then I understand. That's a different story. Yeah, but I'm very careful with that.
Yeah, of course. The person that do that thing, they're not supposed to be doing that. They're not supposed to be doing that. They're not supposed to take away phone and video things, so come on.
No, nothing is wrong.
That is
with
the
it.
best.
Nothing is wrong with the videotaping. I mean, if you see something as a public space, it's not illegal to videotape. It is a public space.
I understand that.
So nothing is viewed videotaping it. But
So why come out, why go and check and see what going on with the young lady? Say pull out the phone.
No, you cannot interfere in a police if the police are dealing with somebody, you can't say you go in and see what's going on with the young. You cannot get involved. That's a charge. You can be charged. So we have to understand these things and stop going for social media hype. Some people like social media hype.
Yeah.
And social media hype will be the end of many people because they just like social media hype.
I want to say my sympathy go out to the gentleman working with GBN, Golden Child. My sympathy go out in family and GBN session.
Mm-hmm. All right, my friend.
So enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, some of us, the wrong things that has go viral. The government of Grenada, at this point in time, is going back to Parliament with a bill that will remove the parental responsibility that you as a parent have, you as a guardian have for your children. And instead of that go viral, we take it, and I'm not saying that if something wrong take place, that it is wrong to tape it. I'm not saying it is wrong to ask questions about it. I'm not saying that. But what we supposed to make viral, we ain't making viral. We ain't talking about that bill at all. We ain't have anything to say about the fact that you're 12-year-old, that the present Attorney General or any Attorney General in the future, who knows who the Attorney General could end up being, that individual will be able to make decisions for your child that you have no involvement in. We ain't talking about that. We're not making those things viral. But other things, we quick to rush. Cuss the police. Yeah, them police and them again. And nobody is saying every member of the Royal Grenada Police Force is an angel. Nobody is saying every one of them doing things the right way and acting properly and treating the public properly. Nobody is saying that. What we are saying simply is that sometimes we must place our priorities in this country. And when we misplace our priorities, that is why the government tends to get away with a lot of things like what they're doing right now in relation to this bill. Today, the opposition had a session in relation to that. His Majesty's opposition had a consultation in relation to that bill. I believe it was in St. Patrick. And once again, the same thing. Everybody is saying, kill the bill. That is what is coming across. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hi,
good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, good night, Cammy. How you doing?
Good night, not too bad, sir.
All right.
And good night to the Grenadian people, home and abroad. Yeah. I just want to say good night. You are the cold boy.
It's not a cold night.
You are the drink some more.
I damage your throat.
Oh, you the little honey, no, little honey and lemon juice.
No, not anything helping it to happen with today.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Try, but not that help. It's back as ginger. Yeah, can I take a drink in here?
Well, Sheldon, with that deal with its children, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are your daughter, you are your son. And this, you, the mother, you, the father, you have to work hard and send the children to school. Feed them. And these people and them want to pass in that the children won't have no respect. They go and do that. There are some bad minded children today. To go and get boyfriend, they get pregnant. They could go and do what they want. The mother and the father won't able to tell them nothing. They go and pass this bill. And that is not right. Leave the children alone. The children is children. What kind of thing is that? What kind of thing is going on? Hey, they will not have no respect for the parents. You will able to tell them, well, you can't do that. The first thing they will tell you, the government pass a law, I could do what I want. They will not respect for the parents. What I want to speak about tonight is concerning some school children that I am seeing for the past few months. At the end bus terminal, 16 years are renting this. And it's really pain my heart. Because I was a single parent over the years that take care of my children and send them to school. And I see some children, GBS, Mr. My children my son went to that school. I've never go to Mr. RGB. Never. I never visit there. And I see some GBS school boys, Mr. Scott, and the bus terminal. They are one airing in the air. They fancy like leggings on them. In the time of Mr. RGB, you can have this kind of style. You can go there. You have to reach in time for assembly. They're not taking bus. They're choosing bus. And at morning time, no matter what you say, they don't bother with you. They don't bother with you. They fancy like a leggings. Some of them, they make it pants, foot like a leggings. That is so disgusting. I want to know if the parents, mother and father, don't see how the children live in the home. And that principal at GBSS, I used to see go to school. I don't understand if they don't have eyes to see how the children dressing to go to that, come to school. Airing in the head, you know. I relying on them. Airing in the head. And evening again when they come, they join with so much going on. I think that school is Fletcher only, one in Tantin with Palmer.
Okay.
Them boys. And then they have not PVC. PVC, I cannot say I don't see the PVC boys in that. Every evening, police running there, them running here. They have Boca. Some have Boca on, and some are the one in the park. It is so shameful. Children, you're not seeing the people that have money, children. Lining on that bus terminal. They are Chinese children as in Grenada go to school. They don't lining. The Indian children, they don't lining. Only poor people, children are there in fight. And they are our police running here, they're running up and down. Only poor people, children, parents are in trouble, going to work and making sure they send them to school. They give them the money to pay bus. And they are not coming out all hour. It is so shameful. Boys as brother girls, don't talk about the high school girls. And Miss Kami too fast. Someone tell you too fast, you carry you get old. Wait. And the parents have to work so hard. Parents who listening me tonight, I know I'm fast, but you are going to regret all the money going on the drain. With your children. The police have to go with some of them when they fight in the police station. You go to school, my God. Go home now. Go home and help your mother do something. Oh my God. Go home now. They're not going home. And when them busmen take them, parents calling and say, them busmen don't want to take them train. What's 5 and 6 o'clock to do on the terminal? 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. What you doing on the terminal? You don't come to lesson. they coming up from school after Mr. Scott, I think it's either 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And these children just up and down on the terminal. It is so sad. It is so sad. And next point they get me go. You see your children coming home with big phone. You don't buy that from your child. You have to question the children where they get at. I see. Nobody tell me. Sheldon, I see a certain van coming up here and bringing children. And this is not woman, little boys. Little boys. I'm telling you, parents, talk to the children. That's all the Lord bless you with. Speak to them when they come with liquor that you did not buy, and they come with phone, and they come with big watch. Find out who that gave them. You have a lot of homosexual men in Grenada, and they're giving children money. They're bribing them. Speak to your children. You have STDs outside. You have all kind of disease. You see the committing that you didn't give them, find out to give them and bring it back. Or get to know these people. A lot of things going on in Grenada. And this trying and they're gone with the material world. Speak to them. A lot of all your money going down the drain. And then I want to blame those in authority. I want to blame neighbors and say they spoil me child. They spoil me child. Not for what I see with my 2 eyes. They're not going home. You have some mothers when you tell them about the child passing back next day, my mother said I see that to my insurance business. So if I come if you just cut, see a man going with a little daughter and grandma boss, I am not saying nothing. You have children that go to convent, PVT, high school, they just come and hug me. And they graduate, they call me thanks. The parents come in and thank me because I do a good job. But you have who? You can't tell the children not, and I see man go with them, let them man go with them. All you should glad you have a fast man and he was terminal looking at all you boy children and all you girl children. Good night, Grenada. Good night, Dr. Mitchell, wherever you is, sir. Good night to everybody. And Sharon Scott, you take care of that show.
Yes, indeed. I'll do my
Patricia
best.
and Matthew. Patricia and Matthew, good night. And Mr. Watt, Mr. Roland Ben Hartsford, and all the good people, Mr. Peter David, all the people have been good to me over the years. God bless you all. Have a blessed night. I'm listening. Bye-bye.
All right, my dear. Yes, indeed, folks. As I said tonight, you all have to do the talking. You all have to do. I'm going to bring this up closer so I would not. Yeah, you all have to do the talking tonight. Nice. Yeah. So I said I was paying attention to the Prime Minister at the recent UN. And it brought me back to last year when he was there and he was, let me see if I can, when he was there last year. Let's hear the Prime Minister last year, not this year. Last year at the United Nations. Let me hear the Prime Minister then,
1977, in a small hillside village in the parish of St. David in Grenada. Most households, including my own, did not have running water or electricity. We would walk to the public standpipe to fetch water in buckets. In my small agricultural community, the people I lived with worked the land or took up domestic work in town. At the time, that was common in Grenada.
So that was the Prime Minister last year when he was at the United Nations and talking about jogging water and that kind of thing. That was him last year. I was jogging water as a little boy. and education and those kind of things. Yeah, that was him last year. What you said this year now? Let me hear him this year. What you say this year, Mr. Prime Minister?
It was education that carried me from a small hillside village in St. David, Grenada, where my family fetched water from a public standpipe to this assembly hall today. It was not wealth that brought me here. It was not privilege that brought me here. It was access. It was education that carried me from a small hillside village.
So let me say one or two things there, and I can't really say much because So let me say one or two things. One, you should be thanking Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and Mr. Gregory Bowen that hillside village and other areas that had no running water now have pipe-borne running water. Those same areas that you're talking about there, that now they have running water, that they have electricity, where people used to have to use flambeau and masanto in the night, that now they have electricity. And that was due to the man that was there before you, that you claim did nothing. That you claim did nothing. Even in the early 90s, there were many areas in Grenada. You know it, I know it, all of us know it, that had no electricity, that had no water connection. And it was Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the new National Party administration, first when he was Minister of Works in the Herbert Blaise administration, then when he came in as Prime Minister in 1995, that made sure that there was water throughout Grenada, that made sure that there was electricity throughout the state of Grenada. The same person that you claim did nothing, and they didn't do nothing for how much years they were there, and they didn't do nothing, are the people in the small hillside village in St. David still jogging water from the standpipe? Or do they now have pipe-borne water to their homes? They still lighting masanto in the night? Or do they now have electricity? Even though the price of both water and electricity was raised by you, your administration raised the price of the same water that you start to go and fetch by the standpipe that people have in the house now. Your administration raised the price of it and put a $240 to penalize the poor of this country. Your administration removed the buffer that the new National Party had placed there on the electricity to protect the people of this country. And you see on the second presentation when he talking that he... Let me hear the statement here again. Let's hear the statement here again. Let's see if he's...
I mean, from a small hillside village in St. David, Grenada, where my family fetched water from a public standpipe to this assembly hall today. It was not wealth that brought me here.
It was not wealth that brought you there. It was not wealth that brought you there. Okay, we just want to know, was there any arrangement at the point in time when you became leader of the NDC that somehow you, Deacon Mitchell, could find funds to pay off all the election debts from the previous elections that the party still had? Because to do that, you would have had to have wealth or access to wealth. So we just want to know, because I hear things. Because when you say it's not wealth that brought you there, so you became the leader of the NDC. But from what tongue say, vagrants does talk. From what tongue say, again, vagrants does talk. You told them that you didn't want anybody running against you, and that all you had $3 million to clear up the debts that they had from previous elections and so on. That is why I hear, so I buy, so I sell, so I asking if it's true. The truth is between you, God, and the people that you told, and the vagrant that was around, but we are asking. Secondly, you are not there because of anything else than you're the Prime Minister of Grenada. Had you not been the Prime Minister of Grenada, that is the circumstance. So you can't say you're not there due to circumstance. That is an idiotic statement to make. You are there to the circumstance of you being the Prime Minister of Grenada. You could not walk into that hall and mount the podium and speak if you were not the Prime Minister of Grenada. We have a call on the line. Let's take the call. What's the matter here? Person who's calling, you need to call. Yeah, I think you're video calling, so the call wouldn't come through there. So you need to call audio call, not video call. All right? Nice, yeah. So your caller was just calling. You need to call audio call. You were calling video call, and on the system I'm using the video call, I can't answer it. I tried answering it, but it wouldn't answer it. Yeah. So yes, folks, you were there due to a circumstance. The circumstances, you are the Prime Minister of Grenada at this point in time. And due to that, that is why you got the opportunity to go there. So speaking nonsense. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm calling from you. Good, it's all good.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I want to I think I might speak for like 3 minutes. I was timing myself. Number one, if I had to grade the Prime Minister, I will give him a C plus for eloquence, but for content, I will give him a D, because I don't know if you have that, except from that speech he made. I can't remember where he made that speech where he said he put Grenada on the map. I think he was in Nigeria.
Oh, he's the biggest seller of Grenada.
Yes, he's the biggest seller of Grenada. So maybe while I'm talking, maybe if you could dig that up, because I can't remember exactly what he said. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is that vote for in the parliament that will come up sometime with that children age 12 and so on. Mm-hmm. They will need a 2/3 majority, and right now they have 14. Right, I'm not counting the guy from the movement.
No, in that case, you don't need a 2/3. You need a simple majority. For that particular bill, a simple majority will do. Yeah. So they don't even need the 2/3. Yeah.
They don't even need the 2/3, right? And now, why someone could switch party and disenfranchise their whole voting constituency who voted for you for one side and switch? Is that something that that anybody could talk about? Why number 10 was voted for the NNP and she was able to be bought by the NDC and switch party, even though her constituency voted? They didn't vote for her. They vote for the party. And why is she able to just switch? I keep asking that question and never get a full answer. And I don't know if that's consistent legally, with the Caribbean.
Legally, she can do it. Morally, she ought not to. But I can't accuse everybody of being moral. So, because if a political party, my friend, spends their money, whether it's $40,000, whether it's $100,000 on your specific campaign, T-shirts, posters, transportation for people to rally, your election day machinery, after a party sacrifices its funds to help you, to get you into parliament, and then you turn back and betray the trust of that party and the trust of the voters, in my personal opinion, again, it is not legal, but in my personal opinion, that person should resign and force a by-election if they have any morality, but I will not accuse them of having that.
Have you or can you recall any other instances where that happened in the Caribbean? I know you mentioned in Trinidad.
In Trinidad, I
something
know it's
along
the law. I don't think it's the law in most of the Eastern Caribbean. I don't know of instances where it is, but I know in Trinidad, usually when you resign, you could resign from cabinet and sit as a backbencher. But once you leave the party, you're supposed to resign the seat as well. Yeah, and I believe that's only fair. Because if I went and I vote for you, I gave you my vote for the new National Party to be in office. And even if they win, for them in opposition to be stronger. That's why I gave a vote. And when you take my vote and bring it to the NDC, you have done what I did not intend. And as such, you should give me the opportunity to decide if I want to follow you into the NDC or if I want to remain with the NNP. But you ought not to just take my vote and go with that. It is immoral.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. You're the,
Yeah. Basically, you have disenfranchised your whole your whole, not only the party but your voting community. The seat you ran for.
Mm-hmm.
The people now are in limbo, and who now would they talk to? Who they go to if they are not supporting of the ruling party?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they are in limbo. That's the way I see it. So anyway, good night, and get your boys together, and I'll continue listening. All right. Good night.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much. Yes.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yes, indeed. For as I say, you all had a call in 14734407377. All right, and I'm seeing some messages here. Papa, all I saying is that when it comes to them thing, that is my belief. If people don't agree with me, we live in a world where you can agree not to agree. But I believe if a political party if it's $10 they spend on you, and you decide that you're not supporting the political parties, between two things: give them back their money, which you and I know will never happen, or resign from the parliament and force a by-election, especially if you think that the votes were yours and not the party owned, and that is why you could do what you do. You should resign and force a by-election. But anyway, we are looking for by-election right now. You want full election. We passed the time for by-elections now. Call the full thing. That's what you want to see. Yeah? That is what you want to see right now. But anyway, back to the Prime Minister and the United Nations thing. I ain't know, but I don't find people stay to listen to the man. I mean, when I look, yeah, I find the place look kind of empty. I mean, also happened, they find they know the speech he was going and give already, so they didn't stick around. It was like this year throne speech, a regurgitation of the last 2 years. Yeah, so maybe they know at the United Nations again. Who writing these things? So at the United Nations, they know a speech coming, so that place look kind of empty, boy. What? Yeah. It look kind of empty and thing. My goodness. You understand?
Skills and creativity.
Yeah.
Of our own people. And so when Grenada, Jamaica, or Dominica rebuilds a school after a hurricane.
Hey, Jamaica, I'll tell you thing. Them Jamaicans say they want to be anything, but how did people look confused? How that Grenada delegation while the Prime Minister speak? Yeah, you look confused, sir. Partners, you wondering what nonsense he talking, or if you didn't hear that before? You wondering if they hand him back the same speech from last year, I know, eh? And I know, girl, you want to laugh, but hold it in, hold tight, hold it in. This one in Dream World, that one thinking about Blogger and Saltfish, why he ain't get to go home yet. Oh gosh, hey. But I can't tell us Blogger and so I could read the man mind there. Man studying a nice bowl of Blogger and Saltfish right now. This one wondering, wait, they gave him the right speech? How that speech sound familiar, sir? This one in front there. She want to laugh, but she don't know how to laugh. And this one in Dream World. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey bro.
Hey.
I might be biased, but I don't think I could give any points for that speech at the UN, Even though I think the UN is what I should say, a propaganda machine. I don't see the use and the need for it. And how did my partner get a special visa to go or what? I thought they revoked his visa.
Who did? Minister of Foreign Affairs? No, they didn't revoke his visa.
Oh, I thought it was both of them when I was gone.
No, both of them make the stupid statement, but only the Minister of
Finance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But again, he pressed on education in there, and he sort of tend to. What I get from what you're saying is that the uneducated people cause chaos. In other words, that if you're educated, you don't cause no conflict or no trouble. But I like to let him know that it's the educated people that make the bombs and the guns. So they're the ones that trigger the wars for we to go fight. So you got to put everything together and iron it out and make a just cause call to what it is. It's the godlessness that they're running with that cause and create the situation I'm in. Because you could be rich, poor, or what have you. Being that you're poor and you don't have money, that'll make you a thief. You're not supposed to thief because you don't have. So you can't use those conditions them to say that caused you to do something evil or what have you. It's the godlessness. Two spirits run the world. And if you put one aside, the next one will take charge. And when the next one take charge, you will try to calm him down and you can't calm him down. You can't put Jack back in the box. The next thing I can never pick up there, if I spend all my money on the front to get into a position, when I get into a position, I gotta make an interest, you know. I gotta make something back. So I think something is coming back there. I can never picking up two and two together, but time will tell.
All right, my brother.
All right.
You have a good one.
Have a great one and take care of your voice, sir.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I'll get
All
back
right.
in track. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Love you.
Yeah, man. So, folks, yeah. So, I mean, look at Grenada delegation. Look, I mean, only looking kind of confused and think they were. What the delegation? Let me see. Yeah.
The pathway to resilience.
Well, this one, he usually part of some of these delegations. Yes, no, not just now. But he look like he ready to go already. Look, he put his two hands like he getting ready to stand up and go. This one put his hand under his nose and thing is like, I really can't take on this thing, you know. She looking confused, a bit upset. I know, maybe his tummy was feeling well. Anyway, this one in the back there like, I need to get out of here, them. Well, still dreaming. This one still think, this one still overly confused. And right now, he's thinking about smoke herring instead of saltfish. Hey, Iraq walk out and all that, but Iraq wasn't there for Grenada. And I think it's the Israelis that was talking there. How Iraq walk out and all that? Hey. What kind of thing is that?
Of innovation. It is how we turn survival into sovereignty. It is how we transform vulnerability.
But with them people, I think them a partner from Suriname there, but nah, I didn't feel lazy. But anyhow, yeah. Go ahead.
And so I urge this assembly.
So more people leaving in the back there? Nah, stay. Man talking.
Protect our classrooms as fiercely as we protect our borders.
Don't walk out while the man talking. That's disrespectful.
Let us value our teachers.
All he could do the man that because he has said to them saying wonderful speech, best speech, all kind of thing. No, let me go into it. Best speech, right? Oh, okay. All right, nice. Yeah. Let me see what we're going
pledge to our people. Because conflict undermines development.
Oh yeah, let me take that from the top there. You come back and think. Right? So that is yeah. I'm telling you, yeah. Hey, play that man.
To our people.
Cuba scratching the head. Equatorial Guinea gone, but Cuba was scratching she head there. She a little under stress, yeah.
Undermines development.
But who going again there? Wait, that not the Prime Minister saying Kitts. That is not his brethren Drew that walking out on his speech there. Never happen, man. Drew getting up to just shake his legs, man. You'd never walk out on Deacon's speech. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts will not walk out on Deacon's speech. No way.
First investment in people.
But like the man taking up his bag.
Other courageous champions of education have reminded us that classrooms must be defended even more fiercely.
When she tried to move so fast, she go to hear in peace and all we. But it's supposed to be for my English speaking country where you need to hear peace for you speaking in English. So them petition and them walk out on Deacon's speech. What kind of madness is that? And that's supposed to be a brethren, boy. That man doesn't come in Grenada and check you and all kind of thing, all is not brethren. The man walk out on his speech. That ain't fair.
A pledge to our people. Because conflict undermines development. And peace is the first investment in people.
But Drew, if it was me, shoot I say I hear that already and go. But come now, man, that your brethren. You walk out on the man's speech, boy.
Other courageous champions of education have reminded us
But what?
that classrooms must be defended.
He for himself watch him and like he can't be Drew. That you doing me, boy? That way you watching them there, Drew. That you doing me? You walking out of my speech, boy? Thought we was brethren, boy?
Than borders. A pledge to our people.
Nah, I ain't watching that again. I see it enough. That's the best speech they say was ever given in the United Nations by a Grenadian Prime Minister. Yeah? That is the so-called best speech they say was ever given by a Grenadian Prime Minister. They jump on all radio program. They jump all over the internet. Best speech ever. Yeah, right. Well, who are you fooling with that? Eh? Who are you fooling with that? Hey, I can't understand all you. Eh? Anyway, folks, budget day is coming up. I think they say December the 1st. Yeah, budget day has been announced. So I believe it is going to be December the 1st. So we're looking forward to the budget day. Eh? Yeah, we want to hear what they're coming with this time. So budget day is coming up. We want to hear what they're coming with this time. But as we talk about budget, I know I say I was doing an hour, but all you go really had to excuse me. I'm doing tonight, but we ain't sure we're doing tomorrow night because I had to make sure the voice get back. So I might have the thing. But I must talk about this one. I ain't going yet. No. I must talk about this particular one. In fact, it are three things I must talk about before I go tonight. Yeah? The first one is this bunch of nonsense. So Ron Redhead, because if I was grading Ron, he don't even get an F, he get an S for stupid. But anyhow, it's essential to conduct thorough research. The claim of leaving 500 million in the treasury simply does not exist. According to the official information from the Ministry of Finance, the total revenue at the end of June 2022 was only 63.6 million. Moreover, the overall balance at the end of 2022 has never supported this false assertion. That Ron Redhead. So the New National Party have said, because we hear it from them as well, that they met a pregnant treasury. Yeah, over 500 million in the treasury. We hear it from them. All of a sudden now, the claim of leaving 500 million in the treasury simply does not exist. After 3 years plus, they're now trying to change the narrative that is not true. Yeah? So they send Mr. Study, oh God, I'll tell everybody to go send. They send Mr. Study. So Mr. Study come and he quote this document. Revenue collection by major divisions. Customs and excise. All you hold on the calls for a little while. I will tell all you when to call. Customs and excise. How much money they make, inland revenue, other revenue that government make, and so that is money that was coming into the Grenadian economy up until the election by that point in time. Yeah? So he's claiming what is 63.6 million, right? And then he goes even further to state the revenues for the year and so on. So these are the revenues, the fiscal summary. You see how much million, how much money you bring in recurrent revenue, how much tax revenue, how much non-tax revenue, how much capital revenue, how much in budgetary support in grants and capital grants and those sort of things, right? Interest payments, all these sort of things. Yeah? What he does not do, because it seems as though Mr. Ron Redhead does not understand the difference in revenue and savings. Because when they came into government, what they met was savings. Every month government make money. Every day government makes money. From taxes, whether it is the taxes on the airport or the seaport, or when people purchase items, the value added tax. Government makes, you buy gasoline, you're paying tax. You pay electricity bill, your water bill, you're paying tax. So government earns revenue on a nearly by the second basis. I saw somebody online just pay the water rate or the electricity bill or something. Yeah? So he has to understand, because maybe that is why he fail in them class and them, because there's simply common sense too. I have never done economics, but I understand that I can have savings and then I have revenue. Now the government of Grenada since 2013, as a percentage of the GDP, has managed to save money every single year. Yeah, every single year. Since coming in 2013, the new National Party administration made sure that they saved money. And I ain't just saying that. I could pull it up for him too. Because apparently Mr. Study does not understand that your money that government have is not only the revenue, not only the money coming in, but you have to count the savings that government has as well. So that Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell as Minister of Finance, Mr. Gregory Boyne as Minister of Finance, did an excellent job. And in case he doesn't know, Scotiabank, look the account number here, the amount of money that's inside there. Whether it's Scotiabank, Grenada, this one is GCB, right, yeah. So all the different monies that government had as savings, and this was at the end of 2021, and in total, you had it's 404 million, right, that's $413,670.48. Let me repeat again. 413,670.48. That is how much money was there at the end in savings. In savings, that's the money that was there at the end of 2021. And in case you don't know, I could give him the account number to all of them. Yeah? So if you want the account number, I could give him the account number, but I'm pretty sure he knows. But they have to try their very best. They have to try their very best to twist the narrative. Because when people ask, what did you all do with the $500 million that you met inside there? They can't answer. People are yet to see a single capital project that was not of the NNP that they have initiated. Yeah? So you have the money from grants, Petrocarib, CBI, National Transformation Fund. You have all the money here. These are savings that the government of Grenada had. Yeah? Savings that the government of Grenada had. Even the COVID donations, everything is here. The account number in the bank and the amount of money. So to try to give people, then you have cash investments too. You have investments in the sinking fund at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. That's $36,881,912. And you have the $7,058,970 investment at JP Morgan. So in case you didn't know, Mr. Study, because all it does feel people stupid, like all you, because you all believe that you are these beings that are more intelligent than everybody else. So you take the time to come on your Facebook page and make a fool of yourself talking about revenue and not discussing savings. You all came into government, you meet the revenue and the savings. Don't just put the revenue and try to fool people. We didn't send our children to school to come out fools. And my mother and father didn't suffer to make sure that I go to school to come out a dunce. And I know they're smiling down in heaven, they know I ain't come out as no dunce. One thing they show on, before they close their eye, they know this last son was no dunce. So when all you're doing this stupidness, know who all you're playing it with. You see, because you have a set of the sycophants and brown nosers that go under the post now and jumping up as in NNP lie, NNP lie, NNP lie, because they are either just as ignorant as him or easily fooled, or they just plain wicked because they know the truth yet still trying to spin the lie. You can't gaslight the Grenadian public. As at the end of 2021, again, these were the savings. These were the savings. So you can't come and give the impression to the Grenadian people that all you didn't meet, all you meet a pile of money there. What all you do with it is what you should have taken the time to answer. Outside of increasing your salary immediately and then later down, doubling and tripling all your salary. If you only met 60, how much you saying this nonsense he had there? Where do you think now? Now, I close it already. Let me see if I could find it there. $63.6 million. So if you all only met $63.6 million there, let me ask you this very important question. Dum-dum, where the money come from to pay the pension? All you walk in with a couple trucks of money. Where did the money come from to pay the pension? Where did the money come from to make the payment to the teachers and other civil servants? Where did the money come from for all those things? If you all came in and met an empty treasury, where did the money come to pay civil servants on a monthly basis? Because I'm absolutely sure if it was only $63 million that was there was no way the government of Grenada could have paid civil servants for the rest of 2022. No way, no how that the government of Grenada would have been able to pay civil servants and pay service providers who are providing things for like the fruits and vegetables to the hospital and to other facilities and for the schools and all of that. Where did the money come from if it's only $63.6 million? Instead, are the dum-dum and them that under your post jumping up like if you make some great revelation because a person who can't even make a F in an exam coming to talk economics. Man, take a back seat now, man. What else do all you? Take a back seat. If you don't understand the difference between revenue and savings, something definitely has to be wrong with you. You have a I say hold on the calls. I'll tell all you when to call. Hold on the calls. Yeah? Hold on the calls still. So you telling me this guy again. And hear what he's saying. It is essential to conduct thorough research. No wonder you fail in them, examine them. Right? The total revenue at the end of June 2022 was only 63.6 million. Revenue muk. Revenue. Not savings mukesh. Your revenue can end up as savings. Because again, the new National Party administration from 2013 up until it left office in 2022 had a specific percentage, which eludes me at this point in time, the exact percentage. But you had to have in your savings a percentage of your GDP. So whatever your GDP for 2013 was, a certain percentage of that had to be held as savings. The same went for 2014, 15, 16, all the way up to 2022. Each time you have your GDP for the year, you were mandated to have a certain percentage of that as your savings. So don't come and try and tie up people's head by telling them the revenue was this. If I was all you who went and comment on the unread post, I'd go and delete my comment right now. Because all you're looking just as dotish as he. All you just come and attack people and say all kind of thing about them. So take it in all your tail now. And that's how he started thinking, like if he's so intelligent and he know what he's saying, it is essential to conduct thorough research. Dum don't know the difference between revenue and savings. Way. My goodness. Watch, let me open the phone lines now. Call now. 14734407377. Call now. Yeah, you could call now. Call now. 14734407377. I'll open the phone lines again, man. Call. That is all they're trying to tie up people. My goodness. All you don't understand, Grenadians educated. We have a call online.
Oh my days. Listen.
Right ahead, caller.
That was the first caller, you know.
Go ahead, man.
Yo, listen, I don't want to bring no illness to you, but it seems like your voice had to have something going on again, man. Because this is one of the most funniest, realest shows
forcing it tonight.
Experienced in a minute. Oh my days, bro, this is mad funny. Bro, Mosen fam, you're gone too far. Alright, so let's talk some serious things here.
So bro, you don't understand the difference between your savings and your revenue. Your revenue can become a portion of your savings, but your savings is your savings.
Crack it up because
and your revenue is your revenue.
I saw it and I was like, but hold up. Why people talking about this? Are they really paying attention? That's like your work money you're gonna put in your bank account, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I realized that it's almost like a cult type energy that these individuals are moving on it because the so-called thinkers, they ain't really thinking, like common sense ain't really too common, mate.
No,
you get me?
That ain't common, yeah. No.
Yeah, like you gotta pay for that. They pay for good relations to get that. You get me? So let's talk about the children thing for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
If you permit me.
Go ahead.
All right. So, I mean, it takes a lot of unpacking, yeah. But if per se, actually, before I ask that, has the thing been revisited?
The bill itself?
Yeah.
No.
Or is it stand up?
What we've heard is only His Majesty's opposition. I've held 2 sessions thus far to discuss this bill. I have heard absolutely nothing, zero from the government.
Okay.
Remember, they promised that there would be consultation on it. They are doing no consultation. His Majesty's opposition, led by the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, they are doing the consultation. So they had one today in St. Patrick in relation to it. We'll get some insight into that when we get the Honorable Pierre or one of the other members on.
Okay. Reason for me asking, I was listening a program, one of the local programs, locally informed programs, and the Muslim chap, pardon me, was saying that the bill was actually stand down and that should be commended to the administration, which I find strange because in terms of his, to me, religious and moral standings, he addressed it in an analytical way, right? But at the same time, he's commending the administration. So it just kind of seemed kind of look for me. Not a good look, brother. You get me? But I'm trying to see, in the essence of saying...
You want me to play something for you? What do you mean the bill has been stood down? The GG, the Governor General, in the throne speech, made the following statement.
Mr. Speaker, members of Parliament, before I conclude,
I'm not hearing you for some reason.
Allow me to briefly highlight a few...
Okay, yeah. The loop back to the system isn't there. I'll play it when you finish. But the GG said that the bill will still be pursued. But go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
That was in the throne speech. That was in the throne speech. Just 2 weeks ago.
The clone speeches, man. Those are clone speeches. Not
the clone speeches.
The clone speeches.
Oh, okay.
The clone speeches. Yes.
I had it wrong.
They're doing too enough. They're doing too enough, brother. So, as I was saying, they're addressing the situation, saying like, okay, they're looking to support the young ones, right? So legally, the young ones are not able to make take certain positions and make decisions based on the idea that they haven't learned or experienced so much in life to make these adult decisions, right? That's what the general framework of the law is, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
In every aspects of our society, from street values to business places, including churches, school. That's more or less, you have to teach them so they could get enough information and enough experience so that they could be a better adult, right? That's the whole point of it. So it's more or less, you're force ripen the nation children for what? So now when I think about the for what, I'm thinking, okay, well, man's decided to say that he's going to make Grenada or what you call it, a medical tourism place.
Yeah.
So based on those concepts, I could think like plastic surgery, researching both on like same kind of surgery
the
stuff.
Same thing he's saying. St. Kitts is saying the same thing. They're going to make St. Kitts a medical tourism hub. The same thing St. Lucia is saying. They have a hospital that they're going to complete. They're actually going to complete their hospital before the end of the year. Same thing they are saying, that they're going to make St. Lucia a medical tourism hub. Same thing medical other countries are saying. Hub. So it's everybody, like, it's a common thread throughout all of them.
Okay, so it's like there's some back and power then. So question, like a quick question. How much money you think that the government would make from, like, let's say stem cells research?
No, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Okay.
Because remember, you can't use stem cells in the United States.
So
people are seeking to do it outside. Like this. Yeah, people trying to do it outside the US.
Perfect grounds, right?
Yeah.
Over 84 acres.
And any space to get it, they're taking me.
Okay, well, I think that's a proposal, isn't it? So is a possibility if there's more young kids more or less, the kids of the nation, be more promiscuous. There's a possibility of more unplanned pregnancies, right? All right, so if it is that it's going to be aborted, like, the hospital is charged with taking care of the disposables now. Once the parent, I think, doesn't like request it, right? But even then, and stuff like the placenta and all that, again, I think if the parent requests it, and if it is that they're trying to get rid of it, most likely they don't want that. So which means now that there's a glut of material for stem cells researching and all that, right? And as we just mentioned, it's $1 billion industry, right? Now, people mightn't pay attention, but all in the cosmetics, some of the foods you guys eat, all that, they use that stuff, all of that, for treatment, cancer. I mean, everything is included. So I'm just saying, it just seems kind of suspicious to me. And I mean, I don't really believe in coincidence. A lot of people say conspiracy theorists, but I think I'm a conspiracy documentarian, because the stuff that I say could be proven. You understand? There's actual links there. Now I'm thinking now how these brothers and them really addressing the people. And as I mentioned before, I don't really think, to me, they don't really care. The only way I see people moving like that, like when they really don't care, is like they have to have some backings. It's like they're showing themselves. You get me? And you have to think with all the things that's really going on here right now in Greens. It must be that, to me, like I think I agree with Mr. Pierre, there has some outside influence on a big way. It doesn't make no sense to contaminate the water that you're drinking. It's not practical. And if so much energy is put into making everything go sideways, bruv, then what's going on with the straighten up? Is it a thought that they're going to accumulate so much in such a short time that they will be barred from the commoners? Is it that they think that some drastic gates and stuff going to bar them out or keep the commoners out, and they could separate, or they might be able to fly in a craft or something? I don't get it. Like, how do you contaminate the water that you drink every day? It makes no sense logically, bruv. You get me? Yeah? So
I understand.
Excuse me. With the stuff that Ms. Kami was saying, I definitely excuse me, I tend to agree with her. Especially in the latter part. I notice a fleet of alleged masculine dudes, going around serving drinks, giving beer and gifts like Santa Claus, especially to them little youths and them. And I'm thinking, like, like really, what really going on there? Cause they prowl on the late night, Fadu. And I'm thinking, like, I remember hearing a story around the carnival where individuals say that based on his orientation sexually, he was really cute as a youth. But when he came back for carnival, he experienced one of the greatest experience he had. He said by the time he touched the airport, then he doesn't get a whole group. He said he stayed in the finest place. He didn't really even visit his family, innit? So is that the playground now? Like that's what's going on. Like I'm supposed to explain to my little girl why this two same-sex individual is doing these things in public. Like that way we going with that? Like real talk. Like long story short, fam. if we gravitate to a certain group, you see, within 10 years, the birth rate drop, bro. Do you understand? It means that there's no continuation of we culture, we thing, because everybody's embedded. It's like children having children in it. So then there's no connection to the elders. So once that them phase they grow up, and that's the phase that they on. Remember, they're not interested in carrying on families. You know? It's individualism. It's me for me, innit? So if everybody is me for me, they know copulation, everything artificial, how we carry on as a people. And if it is, like, let's say for instance, the same with the plane, right? The plane being grounded. What if it's a situation with what's going on in Guyana? Let's say hypothetically. So
Plane.
let's say there's a war ensuing.
I'm unaware of what you're talking about with a plane.
Okay. So let's say hypothetically, right? So we don't cross no borders. Let's say hypothetically. That's what the situation is. So there's a war ensuing. Who really defending the place? If everybody moving like ferry. Fadu. Listen, we as a people need to do better, fam, because as I say, they have this kind of cult-like mission and they're not paying attention. They're not separating church from state. No, you might not have agreed with grandma, but if grandma says something, when you mad so, then you'll be like, yeah, grandma had a point there. You know? Friends go bring you back and shit. And then you might, I want to go and free up with my friends, innit? But when you do so and you end up in some drama and you realize, well, the friend run away and let you get caught up, it's like, grandma was on point, innit? So you learn from mistakes, right? So if that's what we're supposed to be teaching in school, you see everything like, commingling. If we're supposed to be teaching the children in school to have individualism and think based on the information that they got, because you said knowledge, right? Education, not indoctrination. It seems like the kids are just being indoctrinated. They are not given a space to learn, especially if they're being programmed on what to think and how to think and when to think it. I remember having a raw book in my hand, and the experience I get from reading a book and reading the words is like it takes me on a journey mentally. Now you're telling me, okay, fine, we have a more advanced way of getting the books to the kids, more or less, or to the people, which is digital. But then we already know that the proper hard copies and proper information unpolluted by biasness is from further times. And I remember there was a movement saying like, okay, from maybe I think 2000, books before 2000 printed was off or something, because they said like the lead print and all that. So the more reason that they try to put it to a digital face, right? So anyways, the point is, with the digital editing, just as we see the administration doing, where they say one thing one time and then they do one next thing one time, right? Now I think the trend is like just cloning their speeches, but we've seen how they try to change the narrative. So what would be different if now they tell you like black is orange and orange is black? What if that's the narrative? They could more or less program your kids.
Different things being set up, and what we have to do is pay attention, be wise, understand the context of which various things are happening, and be very, very, very careful, especially with our children. Because I don't think a lot of people pick up what Camby was saying, eh?
Yeah. Obviously, they don't catch it. Because, Fadu, you know what I realized too?
Hold on. When Camby talk about that thing with the phone and children coming home with phone and what she see, I hope that everybody understood. Yeah, and she said it's a man having look at boy children.
Tada.
So
And
I
just
hope
recently
people
there was
even pick
a
up
picture
what
of someone.
Cammy was saying. All right.
I agree. Like I don't think they're paying attention to what's really going on. No, what I think going on, adding to it now. No, I'm trying to put no shame on nobody, you know. Like what all they do in all their bedrooms, all they think.
And Fadu,
But there are a lot of individuals now playing around with certain things now.
Let me wrap in one
No,
minute.
I did not be really quick on it.
Yeah.
But they say no, that they now justifying their agreement to the things that they seen visually, because almost like to cast judgment on it is like they casting judgment on themselves. You get me? And they don't want to be on that kind of match. So rather than go against it, they go along with it. That's all I wanted to say on that. I'm gonna be explicit on your show and thing, but we catch you know what I mean?
I know you know that to be explicit on the show.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a lot of crazy things for one.
I didn't say I taking an hour. I didn't say I was doing an hour.
And you're looking to jump out?
No. I ain't looking to jump out. I just wanted to deal with one or two other things before I wrap.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I just want the people to think for longevity. Stop thinking house and think homestead. It's we build this thing.
Think house, because I want them see that symbol when they go in the polling station. Yeah, house.
Oh,
house,
my days.
House. Yeah,
house.
Yeah,
okay. Respect. Yeah. My apologies for that. Homestead. But big up the house. You know what I mean? Always.
All right,
salute.
Bro. Bless, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man.
Safe travels for you.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Folks, let me just remind you all. The bill, as announced by the Governor General on the 12th of September, is coming, right? It is coming.
Speaker, members of Parliament. Before I conclude, allow me to briefly highlight a few additional legislative priorities that will shape our national agenda in the coming months. 1. Amendment to the Banking Act to inter alia promote responsible financial conduct and enhance consumer protection, including regularization of fees and charges. 2. Age of legal civil responsibilization of fees and charges. 2. Age of Legal Civil Responsibility Amendment Act, Liberties Amendment and charges. 2. Age of Legal Civil Responsibility Amendment Act, Liberties Amendment and charges. 2. Age of Legal Civil Responsibility Amendment Act, Liberties Amendment.
Right, so you all heard it from the Governor General herself in the throne speech, which lays out the direction that government intends to go when it comes to the bills and so on that they're going to be bringing to Parliament and all that sort of thing. So it has been pointed out clearly where government is going with that. Yeah? Clearly where government is going with that. Yeah? So we know that they are going in that direction, that there is the intention of going back to Parliament with that bill. Folks, I often say to you that on a Friday evening is when they like to release the information. That is when they like to give you the information that they want to hide from the general public. So this Friday, it was very interesting, and let me just check here. Where did that go? Let me just get one other thing here. Oh, before I go to that, let me just play something here for you. Yeah, let me just play
I want to
something.
ask you this question of being a part of the cabinet here in Grenada. I want to ask you this question. We have heard that the U.S. intention to impose that visa restriction on all all government officials, I should say, yourself, your family included. If Grenada and all other countries do not immediately end or engage the Cuban medical professionals, what is the volume of Cuban involvement in Grenada's health? If you could answer that for me, also healthcare system, and what damage can this do to the health system here in Grenada? And If I could continue along that lines, a couple of multiple points of this question. No definite statement, I would say, has been made on the issue by your government, if I could say that, thus far, with the exception of saying thanks to the Cubans. Is your cabinet and other senior government officials willing to give up their U.S. visas, to keep Cuba healthcare professionals in Grenada system? And if not, what are the alternatives being discussed? Are there any alternatives being discussed thus far by cabinet members?
Well, I always believe that we have to put the people above one political self. And in that sense, I believe that my government has already cited that we are prepared to go to the extreme to make sure that we keep our people safe. So if it means that we have to give up our visa rights to the U.S. to make sure that Grenada stands behind Cuba as one of the countries that supported Grenada in thick and thin. I personally was one of the persons who graduated from Cuba University back in the days and so on. I got a scholarship to Cuba. And as such, I have a moral obligation to support the Cubans in every way. So if it means that the government of the U.S. decided to take away our visas because we support the Cuban initiative, I would say so be it.
Yeah.
The Cuban doctors and nurses who...
Folks, just that you know, that was never the issue. Again, the Americans accused Grenada and several other countries of employing the Cubans and not paying them directly, but paying the Cuban state. They said it was human trafficking. They call it all sorts of things. That is what they accused Grenada of. They wasn't vexed with Grenada simply because they have a relationship with Cuba. Because nearly every other island in the Caribbean have a relationship with Cuba. Only Grenada, their Minister of Finance, lost his visa. You hear any other Caribbean island had the same issue? Anyway.
Years and perform a valuable service for our people. We complain every day that the service in the hospital is bad.
That's not the issue. The issue here is the same way that other Caribbean territories went and do it, that Grenada should have done the same thing. They should have simply gone at that point in time, early in the year, they could have gone to the Cubans and they could have said to them that, look, we want to renegotiate. Yeah? But all of a sudden now I see release coming out from government of Grenada. Let me see what they say there. Let me see what they say on that release there. Okay, no, now I want to exit. Yeah. So Grenada and Cuba agree on reforms to the workers program. So it took you losing, your Minister of Finance losing his visa, and from what we hear, others lost their visas as well. That is from what we're hearing. And let me see if I could get this bigger for you all. Right. So it took your Minister of Foreign Affairs to lose his visa, and for others at the same time to lose their visa as well, before you recognize that all you had to go and discuss something with the Cubans. The Bahamas, they went and they checked with the Cubans immediately. So they got this out of the way early up. They went and they got this out of the way early up. But no, in Grenada we big and we bad. Take the visa if all you want to take it. Take the visa. You want to get the visa? Take the visa. So what they do? They take the visa. Now all you have to go and scramble and do now in September what you all could have do since January, February of this year, because the Trump administration came in threatening that they would do that. They came in letting you all know that they would have done that. But no, all you, like some dum-dum, did not engage the Cubans. We ain't doing nothing wrong, the Americans telling all you. In their view, what you are doing is wrong. No, we ain't doing nothing wrong. Okay, all you ain't doing nothing wrong. And now, all you had to go back to the same Cubans who, according to all you wasn't doing nothing wrong. All you had to go back to them now and go and get this agreement. Let me guess, get a local thing here. And I don't find again the 2-1. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah. So you all had to go back to the same people. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development confirms that important changes to strengthen the administration and oversight of the Grenada the Cuban Workers Program have been implemented following high-level consultations between Grenadian and Cuban officials in Havana last week. Last week, you know. Since February, January, Trump come in. February, they threatening all you. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, it take before they have discussions in relation to it. Incompetence at its highest level. That is why Grenada can't send no fish into the United States as of the 1st of January. Incompetence. Don't try and blame it on the NNP. All in office. Grenadians going for the visa in Barbados and being turned back. Grenadian students of the SGU, going because they want to do their clinical studies in the United States as part of the area of study in medicine at the St. George University, and being refused visas. And other Grenadians who tick every box of qualifying criteria, going to Barbados and coming back without their visa, simply because all you want a grandstand. So the minister, the discussions were led by Honorable Joseph Handel, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, and Minister for Health, Honorable Philip Telesford. It was agreed that all Cuban professionals serving in Grenada will work under conditions equal to their Grenadian counterparts. What does that mean for the Cuban medical mission? Does it continue, or do the circumstances around it change? Because I showed you all the list of them, and there's a lot of Cubans working in the Grenadian healthcare system. The government of Grenada expresses its appreciation to the government of Cuba for its cooperation in the matter and for agreeing to the changes. The government of Grenada acknowledges the role of the United States. Yeah, all you had to put that party in, all you were well working to get back Cornwall visa. Of the United States in raising the matter with Grenada. The Cuban Workers Program has provided significant support. We know that. They did not tell us that again. But you know what they do? They hide this release on a Friday evening. A month-end Friday evening. When people go online and people go and check relatives and you go and do your groceries and all kind of thing. That is when they go and they release this. They had the discussion since last week, you know. Not the discussions with the Cuban officials was since when? Last week. But they now decide to tell you end of month Friday. They come to tell you. Some of us go miss it. Yeah. Some of us would know that taking place. So if you feel like that visa coming back easy, so joke all you making. Joke all you making. Yeah. That is what is taking place. Folks, that is what is taking place. I see they put out something else here. Right? So, folks, I also saw this come out by the government of Grenada for the last few days. Request for proposals for the project management office for the design and construction. I thought they already had a design for Project Polaris for the new hospital. I thought all you already had. Are you still looking for a design? So where's that thing all you have? All you putting up, showing big complex and all kind of thing. All you now tendering out for a design? I thought all you had all the design and thing already, man. So all you getting a 619 cat and bagger. What kind of thing is that, government? Yeah? Yeah, man. So they're now looking for this. So the thing we see now, probably that means it's not the design. If you're now asking for the design, that means what we see now is not the design. We thought all you had design and all you now looking to go and design. All you now going and put how to bamboozle Grenadians in 3 years. Yeah, that is what you're working on. Yeah? That is what they're thinking on. How to bamboozle Grenadians in 3 years. After they come and they put out all kind of thing and tell you that is the design, now they come in and tell you they're looking for people to do the design. Yeah? Now they're looking for people to come and do the design. Madness. Yeah? On the father song they but my dad song they, you know. Madness. Yeah? Folks, we're gonna take your calls 1473 440 7377. Of course, you can only take your calls on the WhatsApp, but 1473 440 7377. Because if you all don't call in the next few minutes, I got to wrap it early because you all realize the things start to go again. He come back a little bit and he start to go again. It means, folks, I will not do another program until my voice is back. Yeah, I did this one tonight because I wanted you all to actually hear it for yourself so you know that I'm not just trying to get out of doing it. So I did it tonight. You all heard the voice. I am not going to do an... If it means I have to stay off for the rest of the week, I think all of you would understand that I have to stay off for the rest of the week. But I definitely can't continue because I speak a lot during the day too. I have to speak during the day. And then outside of that, at the night again. And even when I finish here, I still have to be speaking again. So I need to take the little rest with it too. Yeah, as I said, September isn't really my month. All kind of things happen in that month. I have to change my mindset on that too. Yeah. So folks, give us a call 1473 440 7377. Yeah. And just somebody make sure that Brother Ron come and have a look at the program tonight and explain to Brother Ron when you're telling him the difference between savings, as the little thing it has in the bank, you understand? Savings and revenue. And explain to him how you can take a portion of your revenue and put it into savings. Because apparently maybe they're not doing that, so they don't understand. Maybe they're not doing it. So how did they know when they got in office? How did they, why, they meet money there? They tell you that they meet money there. Yeah? Let me see if I can find something here. Where's that? Let me see if I could get this. Right, I'll put that there. And let me see if I could get this there. About it didn't meet no 500 million. The bosh him out that there. No wonder that's a fire from the cabinet. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, my dear?
Not bad. You have to take a little rest with that voice.
No.
Don't force your voice too much.
I think that is it for the week. Yeah,
you need to take a rest.
So that's why I'm making sure I do the 2 hours, but forget it. Tomorrow night.
Yes, you need to take the rest.
Wednesday night is the meeting in Chocolate City up in St. Andrew. We're going to broadcast that, but don't expect me on Thursday unless the voice comes back perfect.
Yes, take a little rest. And let me tell you something tonight, Sheldon. Sheldon, the hospital don't have no medication. He don't have dressing.
Again?
Sheldon, I have a friend that is there now. And today he had to call to send the prescription to get the medication. That is not right. No dressing, no medication. That is not good. It's not sounding good at all. Something have to be done. The Ministry of Health, the Minister of Health.
Not only the sound of it, imagine what people are going through.
Exactly. Because if you have the basic medication, you go in for all the pharmacy in town, they don't have it quite in Grenada. You have to get it. You understand? And if something to save life, the person die. No medication, no dressing, come on. The Minister of Health, they have to do something to that. The health system in Grenada is real bad and it's deteriorating and it's getting worse. That is my point tonight.
Indeed. We have to do a program pretty soon on just healthcare. But let me get my health proper first before I do a program on healthcare.
Yes, take a rest. Take a rest with that voice.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
You have a blessed night.
All right, thank you. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, we still have 10 minutes and all. You could still call 147344077. Rita, good night to you. And thank you so much, my dear. Mommy George, I know I'm going to get one cuss out from, she doesn't cuss bad word, but I'll get one tongue wagging from Kiami, Mommy George, Helen Marie. All these people going and rough me up for coming on air with my voice. So, hello, good night. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good night. How are you doing, sir?
I'm blessed.
As usual.
One point. You're a very young man, but have you remembered there was a book called The Student Companion?
I might sometimes appear young, but I'm actually old enough that I had a copy of the Student's Companion.
Okay.
And the West Indian Reader.
Okay. Okay, sir. And our Prime Minister, our present Prime Minister, is a good talker. And you know what the greatest the Student Companion told us in that one quote? The greatest talker is the greatest liar. I rest my case, sir.
Thank you so very much, my brother.
May the Lord bless you, sir.
Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed.
You're welcome.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, we still have 9 minutes. You all can't call, but let me play something for you. Let me see which one we will play first. Yeah, we will play that one first. Yeah. Like wait now, it could disappear like that. You had to come big. Right, yeah. The thing does do all kind of thing to me when they're ready, Yeah.
Mitchell told Grenadians in July that government is committed to paying eligible pensioners in the region of $60 million in retroactive pension payments by the 30th of November. This is a move commended by Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, Timothy Antwine. Mr. Antwine, who previously served as Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, said he sees it as a light at the end of the tunnel. He said the government proceeding with these payments without borrowing is also highly commendable.
That is a testament to fiscal management, and it is a great thing. And the Grenadians
wait, and that fiscal management was not by the NDC, because this was in 2022. Anyhow,
be proud that because of our collective sacrifices under that homegrown program, that we're in a position today where the state can meet its obligation to pensions, to its workers in respect of pension. It is a great thing that a government, you could have a change of government, and the treasury isn't empty. Because we took collectively, all of us in Grenada, made sacrifices to put our fiscal house in order.
Grenada entered into a 3-year structural adjustment program with the International Monetary Fund in January of 2014. The main objectives of the program were to boost inclusive growth and job creation, and to restore fiscal and debt sustainability. Government suspended its fiscal rules during 2020 to 2022 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. With no more state of emergency in Grenada, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell announced in September that when his government go into the next budget cycle, they will be required to comply with the 3 rules that are set out under that act for the prudent fiscal management of the affairs of Grenada. The former PS is equally happy that Prime Minister Mitchell is committed to returning to the Fiscal Responsibility Act in 2023. He credited the former government for implementing the homegrown program, which now allows government to meet some of its commitments.
If you didn't have those arrangements now, where would the pensions be paid from? You could have had the...
I don't know, Ron could explain that to us possibly. Yes, Governor Antwine. Tim! Yeah, maybe Ron could explain where to get the money to pay the pension if they didn't meet savings day, the muck.
Paid and you have no money to pay it. But I'm glad that the government is moving on this. I commend the government for this effort, and I certainly am pleased that workers are now getting their just desserts.
Governor Antwine says he believes that pensioners should have the requisite support and counseling needed to invest their pensions well. He gave some advice on how pensioners can best utilize their pension payment.
I'm sure they already have plans for the money, but somebody asked me, well, what will you do with it? What should they do with it? I said, well, it's up to people, but you could pay down some debt, you could put away a rainy day fund, and you could invest in a business. Those are 3 ideas for your pension. But I'm sure financial institutions will be happy to give advice. But it's very important with this kind of money coming into the system soon that people have some guidance in terms of how they can maximize the use of their hard-earned, well-deserved pensions.
Governor Antwine was speaking to journalist Calistro Farrier during a conversation with the Governor program on Grenada Broadcasting Network Wednesday night. Cherry and Blackburn Stephen, GBN News.
Yeah, so maybe Ron need to have a conversation with the governor Yeah, but then he's not of the intellectual capacity to do so. But anyhow, where do you find that guy? Really, actually. Oh my goodness. Hey, what? Really find Jude? Let me see what else I...
The funds for retroactive pension payment has taken the first major step to being secured with the passing of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2022 in the House of Representatives on Thursday. Other major allocations for the supplementary appropriations were financing for the new Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation with a sum of $77 million.
But we find $77 million in a supplementary when they only came into government and according to Ron, only meet 63? Was it 63 million? Yeah. They only meet 63. But they was able to appropriate to one ministry 70-something million. Explain that. That Matsin.
$18 million for the Ministry of Infrastructure. Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, in presenting his first bill in Parliament, says funding was also sought for a fire tender for Carriacou and salary allocations for 65 nursing assistants, among others.
As a result, it has become necessary for this specific sum to be provided for. And, Mr. Speaker, when one looks at the estimates set out in the Appropriation Act, we would see that the payment of the retroactive pension is in fact the second largest single aggregate item.
But according to Ron, it only had 63 million days, so where they find that money to pay that? Explain to us.
The government has set up the Pension Secretariat via the Ministry of Finance. The Secretariat is located at Mount Welldale in the Corporate Affairs Office. The staff at Mount Welldale are working tirelessly to ensure that the processing of the pensions occur and that it is paid by 30th November 2022.
The passing of the Supplementary Appropriation Act for the period 1st January to 31st December 2022 at the first session of the 11th Parliament outlined the request of the newly elected government for an additional expenditure of $197,700,000.
But how will you could request that when only had 60-something million? Hey, that Matsin and Brother Ron?
$991 for the year 2022. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, the additional expenditure was not catered for in 2022.
Upon assuming office, particularly as it relates to the public sector investment program, there were significant and extensive projects that were ongoing, some of which incurred increases in the budgeted figure for a number of reasons, ranging from increase in the overall cost of bitumen, which has led to an overall increase in the cost of the road projects.
The minister outlined other programs and projects that will benefit from the additional money allocated.
An additional sum of $360,000 for training of 75 new recruits for the Royal Grenada Police Force, which includes things like meals and uniform.
Yeah, we know all they do to that, that appropriation after. We, Papa.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, an additional sum of $1 million. That has arisen because of the rationalization of the diplomatic posts. As you would recall, Mr. Speaker, we, as a new administration, have indicated that we are recalling our ambassadors so that...
And then you send one in Dubai that... yeah, I'd like to know how much Grenadians earning off of that individual being in Dubai. And when I say Grenadians, I'm not meaning just the NDC friends and family members, but the rest of us as Grenadians.
And so that new appointments can be made. Naturally, that requires us to treat with outgoing ambassadors who have to recall the expense of coming home, etc.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Yeah, and for talking points.
The funds are for retroactive.
Yeah, for talking points, I'm Sheldon Scott reported. Folks, that is all the time we have for the program tonight. You all can't expect me to go a little longer than that. All right? That is all the time we have for the program tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do, say it. Everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. So again, folks, programming note, unless my voice miraculously clears up between now and tomorrow night, we will not be on tomorrow night. On Wednesday night, there is the meeting taking place in St. Andrew. That's in the Cocoa in Paradise. Sister Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters. Good night to you, Sister Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters and your family. We say a special good night to you. Yes, so that's going to be the meeting taking place this Wednesday. And we will be broadcasting that, so it will be on the Talking Points Network this Thursday. This Wednesday. All right? And then if the voice clears up, we'll try to do the Thursday night program. If not, that's until next week again. We're very sorry about that, but you all can hear it. So you all would please don't fault me because you all can hear it for yourself. Folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out.
If you want your day.